भगवान की श्रीमती प्रहलाद महाराज की श्री ब्रह्म मत गौड़े गुरु परंपरा संप्रदाय आचार्य की डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की श्री गुरु वर्ग की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय गौर हरि ओम ज्ञान श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा तदामह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udiraye nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki Krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namah Pankajanaಭaya Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pranayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Gaurbrahmanayitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kuntu Vasanam Purnundaya Jigimit Pahatanam Vande Shri Guru Gilakaya Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Om Pavitro Sarvavastham Gato Vivam Yat Smaret Purnani Kakshika Sahabhyat Vyakara Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's, Mataji's. So happy to see everyone. Life is so horrible without seeing devotees. We only realize that when we are put into a situation where we can't see them. And sometimes that is needed, maybe. Hare Krishna. So I'm just going to read the translation of this beautiful bhajan by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. O vulnerable Vaishnava, devotee of Krishna, O ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kinds of holy association. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtana of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just 1 drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna. Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simply your servant, running behind you, shouting, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maiya ki. Hare Krishna. So, we are discussing about Vaishnava Acharyas, right? Before this, we discussed about His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. 2 weeks we discussed. And then now we are discussing about Sripad Mādhavendra Purī. And sometimes we wonder what is the right time to discuss about such great souls. Their appearance day, their disappearance day, or any day. Right? Acharyas actually explain that any day. Appearance day and disappearance day is a bahana. Okay, they have appeared, so we will remember them. But discussing about great Vaishnavas is needed for our spiritual elevation. There is no other way. And here, see, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, at the last, please repeat after me, Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him. To me. I am simply your servant. Running behind you, shouting, Krishna, Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. I thought the lecture just started. That's okay. I'm just joking. Okay. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who cannot be achieved by anybody, is completely in control of his devotee. This is the topmost secret of entire Vedas. Topmost secret. And in fact, Krishna also says, just surrender unto me, I'll take care of everything. And he says that's the topmost, highest in the end of Bhagavad Gita. So basically, somebody who is totally surrendered to Krishna, Krishna is totally surrendered to him. So much so surrendered that even Krishna doesn't know what to do without his devotees. Now, this cannot be understood, Prabhuji, easily by everybody. Just accept that you heard it, I told it. To understand this, we have to see such Vaishnavas, and in our very life, we have got the opportunity of seeing Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, right? Trying to practice, or rather practicing that kind of surrender. If Rukmini Devi will tell Krishna, I don't want to talk to you, Krishna will say, thank you very much, and go to Vrindavan. If Satyabhama will tell Krishna, I don't want to see your face, Krishna will tell, thank you very much, he'll go to Vrindavan. But if Srimati Radharani says, I don't want to talk to you, where will he go? Just think about where will he go? His house is Vrindavan. Krishna's house is Vrindavan. He cannot go anywhere. And that is the reason a Leela like Man Leela can only be done by Radharani. Nobody other than Srimati Radharani or the gopis can do a Leela of like Man Leela, where I am angry with you, don't come in front of me. That cannot be done by anybody else. Understand this. That is the difference between Vrindavan and any other place. That is the speciality of Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, Krishna is waiting. In Vrindavan is waiting. He already has so many devotees. But in Vrindavan, he is established by Vajranav. And then he feels that I am not being served properly by the Brahmanas, because the succession of Brahmanas, somewhere purity is lost or focus is lost. And he creates a bahana that, they have to hide him in a hill and they go. Don't think, some Malechas came and, Muslims came and, then he had to be hidden there or something. No, it's all created by Krishna. Because he is not happy with the service. Another way of understanding this whole Leela. And whom is he waiting for? Mādhavendra Purī. Why is he waiting for Mādhavendra Purī? Prabhuji and Mata is totally dependent on his pure devotee. He knows that nobody else can give me food. Nobody else can give me water. Nobody else can give me, nobody else can save me from heat. And heat is he himself. Right? How funny it is that Krishna comes and tells Mādhavendra Purī in his dream that too much heat is there. Please pull me out and give me some cool. How can you understand this? Right? In Bhagavad Gita it says, sun and moon are my eyes. Can your own eye give heat onto you? There's no logic. Doesn't Mādhavendra Purī know that? He knows that. He is a great acharya. Right? In Madhva Sampradaya, he is one of the greatest acharyas, pure devotee. And he is telling that, it's too hot for me. Do something. And immediately, it's too hot for him. And immediately gets up from the dream and he goes, tells the villagers, we have to take out Krishna. His scorching heat is, troubling him. There is too much cold that is troubling him. How can you understand this? What exactly happens with a devotee? Prabhuji and Mataji's devotee Leelas need more purity than to hear Krishna Leelas. And that is mentioned in Bhagavatam. That to understand the heart of a devotee, even Krishna comes himself.
ये क्या सोच क्या रहा है ये? What is he thinking? Right? How is he so much surrendered to me? And we are fortunate that in this satsang, or by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, we are getting introduced to such Vaishnavas. Even taking birth in South India, going to so many Sri Vaishnava temples, I did not hear about Ramanujacharya until I came to ISKCON. That's my situation. And in Srirangam, when there was a yatra of ISKCON, many devotees came out and they were so happy that ISKCON devotees have come because they have also heard about Ramanujacharya from some audio lecture in ISKCON. Why? Because we value the Krishna Katha and Vaishnava Katha more than anything else. Ours is a movement of Shravanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Of course, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Archanam, Vandanam, everything will go on. But Shravanam. And we are very fortunate that today we are continuing this saga of loving exchanges, right? Loving exchanges between a devotee and Krishna. There can be nothing more nectarian than this, right? And Krishna doesn't come that easily to everybody. First, he comes in everybody's heart. And then, when we develop our eagerness to get that Krishna, then he appears in the form of Archa Vigraha. Right? That is the sequence. If you really look at it, even Sri Radha Madan Mohan, they came in the heart of Sanatana Goswami. Then they appeared in a merchant's house in Mathura. If you see, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he appeared in his heart that he wants to worship a deity. And with his craving, he appeared as Radharaman. Right? And here also, he is first appearing in the heart of Mādhavendra Purī as Gopalji. That yesterday, I was the one who came and gave you that milk pot. By the way, you have a duty to do. Please remove me from the place and establish me. So when he appears in our heart and we take it very seriously, we are the most fortunate. Even in all our heart, he appears. Like many of you who have established deities in your house, right? Home deities, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Gaur, Nitai. First, he came in your heart only, no? Let's also have deities, right? And then he appeared as Swayam Vigraha, right? He appeared as Swayam Shri Krishna in your houses. And if you don't take him seriously, Prabhuji and Mataji, if you don't take him seriously, he'll exactly disappear the way he appeared. Because he appears to accept seva, or rather to give us seva. And if we lose that interest in doing that seva, and we treat that as a burden in the house, then he'll also go. But he'll go, but he'll not go away. Again and again he'll keep coming back because he loves us so much. Right? Krishna gives us feedback. And his feedback is different for different kinds of people. For his pure devotees like Mādhavendra Purī, his feedback is, I cannot live without you. You better come and take care of me. That's his feedback. For a conditioned soul, he comes in the form of feedback, in the form of Shastra. When we read that Shastra, our feedback comes in the form of those purports, that what is our situation, what we should be focusing on, what is most valuable thing in our life. Right? For a conditioned soul, that is the feedback, that is how it comes. And then for somebody who is trying to surrender, the feedback comes in the form of Guru. Right? Through Guru he speaks. He is trying to speak. So he is trying to speak to a conditioned soul in the form of Shastra, if he is going towards Shastra. Otherwise, in the form of difficulties that come to him, he goes again towards Shastra, he understands. But somebody who is trying to surrender, he appears, his feedback comes through the Guru. And Shastra, of course. Shastra is always there. And for a pure devotee, he appears in his heart and gives the feedback that I love you, I cannot live without you. This is not a movie dialogue. This is actually from Bhagavad, actually from Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? But unfortunate people sometimes don't want to receive feedback. That is how the world is today, right? They don't want to receive any feedback. They're like, don't tell me what God wants to tell me. I just want to lead a life. God is telling what is most valuable for us. Right? If you really look at it, Prabhuji and Mataji, everybody is in a rat's race to achieve something at a certain age. Right? By 16 years, you have to finish your 10th grade. Right? By, 15 or 16, I don't know. 15?
16, will finish 10th grade.
Wonderful. Very determined. By certain age, you have to finish your 12th grade. Then by certain age, you have to finish your this grade, that grade, and certain thing. By certain age, you have to finish your graduation, post-graduation. By certain age, you have to get a job also. Right? If you don't get, you consider yourself waste. Durlabha Manusha Janma is considered as waste Janma. See the contradiction. Shastra is telling Durlabha Manusha Janma, and here you are telling, Are waste, Indra Jindagi. What is the point? Right? And then by certain age, you are supposed to have your own house also. In Telangana, by certain age, you are supposed to go to America. Otherwise, you are useless fellow. Right? So there is a whole criteria, how you are considered, and you are running behind it. By certain age, you need to have your own house, you need to have your own whatever, right? And then you need to have children. That is also something, right? Right? And by certain age, you are supposed to get them married also. And by certain age, you are supposed to show that you are properly retired. That also is a, a measurement criteria. Prabhujis and Matajis, after you die, none of these things are with you. For what you have craved from the beginning of your life, right from 3 years, A for apple. Me pilladu A for apple cheptaleda. Hare Rama, then you will take him to a child psychiatrist. Your child has a disorder, apple disorder. He is not able to tell A for apple. Right? Really? So your pressure that is mounted onto you to identify with some achievement or something is there from your childhood till your death. But the funny part is, after you die, none of these things value anything. And Acharyas explain, that which doesn't have any value after death doesn't have any value before also. If you really understand, it doesn't have any value after you die. How can you have it? How can you value it before you die? That means it's pure illusion. Pure illusion. Kuch nahi hai. We are actually thinking, Arey Prabhuji, job jane se kya hoga? Arey, if I am thrown out of the house, what will happen? Something. Mind will take you in a roller coaster ride. What if this happens? What if that happens? What is this? What is this? Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. You are just being taken for a ride. And you are valuing things actually which are of no value. This body also. What is there in this body? This body will give you enough pain. It will give you enough misery. You will hate your body. You will get up one day morning. Remember that. These words. You will look at your face in the mirror and you will say, Chhi. You'll actually feel disgusted looking at your body. That how long will I be in this nonsense? That day will come. That day will come. But problem is, if we are not guided by acharyas, we are not guided by gurus, still we don't know what to do with this body. Even that is the difference between people who don't come to satsang and people who come to satsang. People who come to satsang, they feel disgusted with the body, but they use that body as a vehicle to go towards Krishna. So they don't disrespect the body. They feel painful, but they don't disrespect the body. But outside people, they don't know what to do. They commit suicide. That's what they do. They try to change the body. I don't want this body. I don't know whether I'll get another body, but I don't want this body. So they commit suicide. Right? But the real suicide is, that is one level of suicide. But what is real suicide? Having taken birth, getting introduced to Krishna consciousness, and still not taking it seriously is real suicide. Right? It's like next level. Oh, who can save you? So Prabhuji, let us take this feedback from Krishna very seriously. And we have to be reminded this every week. Right? This has to be told again and again and again and again. Like good habits, somebody has to keep telling again and again and again. Same truth has to be told again and again, that don't value anything except Krishna in your life. Everything else is just to maintain your body. Don't value anything else. And if you value it, you are wasting your life. And when you value Krishna, then Krishna appears in your dreams. Then Krishna appears in your house. Then Krishna appears in your life and has personal dealings with you. Like Mādhavendra Purī. Of course, we cannot become Mādhavendra Purī. They're all pure Nitya Siddhas. But they are showing us a way. We should follow the footsteps of great Acharyas. Right? Follow the footsteps. So, we did go through some part of the 4th chapter of Madhya Lila. Right? Whereby, where did we stop last week? Last week, sorry. Last week, Prasad Prabhu took the class. So before that, okay, we'll go to the place where Mādhavendra Purī left Vrindavan, Govardhan, and he went to Shantipura. And in Shantipur, he initiated Advaita Acharya. Mahavishnu got initiated by his devotee. How can you understand this? Right? So, we'll read from this verse. It's auspicious starting. Right? Shantipura aila Advaitacharya ghare, Purīra prema dekhi Acharya ananda antare. When Mādhavendra Purī arrived at the house of Advaita Acharya in Shantipura, the Acharya became very pleased upon seeing the ecstatic love of Godhead manifest in Mādhavendra Purī. So immediately he understood who is Mādhavendra Purī. He is God himself, Advaita Acharya. And he is seeing that. Tan rathani mantra laila yatana karina, chali la dakshine puri tan re diksha dina. Advaita Acharya begged to be initiated by Mādhavendra Purī. After initiating him, Mādhavendra Purī started for South India. Hare Krishna. We read this purport last week. Just going forward. Remunate Kaila Gopinath Darshana, Tandra Rupa Dekhina Haila Vihpala Mana. Going into South India, Sri Mādhavendra Purī visited Remuna, where Gopinatha is situated. Upon seeing the beauty of the deity, Mādhavendra Purī was overwhelmed. Right? Now see how Krishna is bringing and showing his different forms to his pure devotee. Mādhavendra Purī could have gone in another direction also. But no. Krishna wants to be seen by his devotee. Right? And let us see what other plan Krishna has. Nritya Gita Kari Jage Mohane Vashila, Kya Kya Bhog Lage Brahmane Puchila. in the corridor of the temple from which people generally viewed the deity, Mādhavendra Purī chanted and danced. Then he sat down there and asked a Brahmana what kind of foodstuff they offered to the deity. Right? Now, how many of you or me have gone to a temple, seen the deity, called the Brahmana, isko kya khilate hai? It doesn't even come in our mind, right? Why would you ask, But, just understand, Prabhu, the difference, you have to understand, appreciate the acharyas, right? When we go to, say, our brother's house and we see brother's small son and he is nicely becoming chubby or something, immediately he'll ask, right? Kya khila rahe isko? Hai ki nahi? Because you know that he is there. He is alive. He is a person. And he can be changed by feeding more or feeding less. And he can be happy and he can be unhappy. A child can be happy when he is nicely being taken care in the house. Right? You can recognize it. Problem is, actually we are not recognizing Krishna right now. He is there. He wants to be seen. Maybe he wants to tell something. He is trying to tell something, but am I hearing? Can I hear? I don't hear his name only. What can I hear him? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I was hearing last week Prabhuji's lecture online, I was hearing. So he was telling about 10 offenses. There was much more he had prepared actually. Some other day we will go through. But it's true, so many offenses. Baap re, so many offenses. With these many offenses, what will we see him and what will he see us? Of course, he'll see us. But what can we see him? Right? We can't see him, but we can beg. Krishna, please, na. Zarginda. Hua so hua. Thoda access de do. Give me some access. Otherwise, what is the hope? How can I ever get your darshan? Right? So here is Mādhavendra Purī. He goes there, calls the Brahmin and says, what are you feeding him? Right? What are you offering to the deity? Sevara saustava dekhi anandita mane uttama bhoga lage etha bujhi anumane. From the excellence of arrangements, Mādhavendra Purī understood by deduction that only the best food was offered. He understood. Krishna is really smelling. I don't know. I mean, please, don't think I am anyway pure or anything, but I am trying to share. Every morning when I see the face of Radharaman, before I forward it to everybody, many times I see him in different moods. Sometimes he is laughing, sometimes he is, in a different serious mode, or he is giving a pose. The teeth is visible, sometimes teeth is not visible, right? Sometimes it's shining, sometimes it's dry, pale, sometimes it's... Don't think it is all something, kept by the devotees there. In fact, how many of you know that none of the dresses of Radharaman are ever repeated? They're never repeated. He has to get a new dress. And once when somebody asked, the pujari of Radharaman, why you don't repeat his dress? In a Braj language he told, ye chora choriyon ke piche padta hai. It's very difficult to tell that in, English. Because it's not that respectful also. This boy is after girls. He wants to attract in some other way. So he has to wear something new every day. And we are under pressure to give something new. He has to do, something new. And Prabhujis and Matajis, we are not in a conscious to understand Braj Leela. Remember this, we are not in a consciousness to understand Braj Leela. Braj Leela is mostly not discussed in open forums. It should not be discussed also. Because then we will treat Krishna as very cheap. Then we start behaving with him tomorrow morning, acha, kota dress din keskuna. You look at the photo tomorrow morning and say, acha, you want to attract some girls, so you are trying to wear like this. It's beyond that. Acharyas explain, how did we get Braj Leela? How did we even get Braj Leela? Prabhu, Braj Leela cannot come without the mercy of Guru. Understand this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come in the form of a devotee. And he wants to hear Braj Leela, so he takes initiation from a Guru. And that Guru wants to hear Braj Leela, so he takes shelter of a pure devotee. There are two levels that Krishna is waiting for to get Braj Leela. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is waiting from his Guru, and his Guru is craving from his Guru, Ishvara Puri, from Mādhavendra Puri. Right? So don't think that Braj Leela or Braj pastimes or those understandings are so cheap. Even if we hear it, it doesn't make any difference. We'll hear it and forget about it. But Brajvasis, they meditate on it. They live their life in it. There is no life for them without Krishna and his pastimes. We should crave for it. Every morning we sing to Tulsi Marane. Vrindaya Tulsi Devyaya, Priyaya Keshavasya, Krishna Bhakti Prada Devi, Satyavataya Namo Namah. Then we sing the remaining Kirtan also. It's all about Mura E Abhilasha, please give me Brajka Vas, make me there. Give me some Seva, Seva Abhilasha Kore, Nijo Koro Dasi, right? Give me some Seva there. Dina Krishna Dase Moe. Please, I am the most fallen. Right? Please give me some access to Braj. Because Prabhu, Braj Leela is the most dear to Krishna. Because to hear that, he comes as Jagannath. Right? The most ecstatic form of God, what you're seeing there, he manifested that form to hear Braj Leela. He was sitting in Dwarka. The Braj Leela is being discussed. He can't stop himself from going and hearing. And while he's hearing, his hands are going inside, eyes are coming outside. Right? This is Braj Leela. And to understand Braj Leela, and to take it cheaply we should never take it cheaply. Understand, sometimes in ISKCON, sometimes you get to hear these Leelas. Or you might land up going and buying a book written by Rupa Goswami. Now many books are coming, by the way, in ISKCON. Prabhupada gave Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Ishopanishad, Chaitanya Charitamrit, Bhagavad, and Bhagavad Gita, of course, and many small books also. But now many of the acharyas in the disciplinic succession are translating very actually confidential scriptures. Govinda Nilamani, Gopal Champu. Prabhu, these are very dangerous scriptures, let me tell you. Well, you can buy them. You can buy them to keep yourself, to support the devotees who are writing these books. But read them, you have to fix your chanting a little before you start reading them. You have to surrender yourself, and you ask permission from if you have a Siksha Guru, please go and ask permission. Should I read this? I asked and I was told no. Till now, no is no, and no is and no. I'm telling you, it's because you'll actually fall down. When you read these Leelas, then your opportunity to go back to Krishna, you're delaying it. Because these dealings are so personal that you're not ready for this. And the reflection of that is tomorrow you'll not have any reverence for Krishna and Radharani and Krishna on the altar. You feel, I remember that Leela, oh, they are like that. Deity worship also will be compromised. Suddenly you will start behaving in Sahajiya way, right? Sahajiya Bhakti. So even Mādhavendra Puri, Leela, Krishna, Prabhupada is giving. But we have to understand that these Leelas are very, very personal and very pure. And while we are hearing this, we should enjoy the Leela. We should take the essence of the Leela, but we should crave and pray that, give me the right understanding of these Leelas. So Mādhavendra Puri, Sripad Mādhavendra Puri is saying, from the excellence of arrangements, Mādhavendra Puri understood by deduction that only the best food was offered. Deduction, offered by deduction is what? Understood by deduction. No, he was trying to see what else can make Krishna so much happy. So he was removing one point. Okay, the place is nice. Okay, no, that still cannot make him happy. This much happy. Okay, the altar is very good. That also cannot make him this much happy. Okay, the Brahmanas are very pure. That also cannot make him this much happy. The prasad is something special that is making him so happy. It's called the sequence of deduction, right? Neti, 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 neti. You keep coming there. Like that. Let's keep going. Yaichaiha bhoga lage sakala ei puchiba. Taiche bhiyane bhoga gopale lagaiba. Mādhavendra Purī thought, I shall inquire from the priest what foods are prepared to Gopinath, so that by making arrangements in our kitchen, we can offer similar foods to Sri Gopala. Right? So there is a reason why he wants to ask. We discussed actually, I think, remember this thing last week.
He leaves because he felt like he wanted to be present.
Till there we went. Achha. Okay, I'll go a little fast then. Thank you, bro. While I'm reading, I'm remembering that we did this. Oh, you went till there. Okay. It will come. I think 10 verses it will come. Yailage puchilena brahmane rasthane. Brahmana kahiya sabha bhoga vivarane. When the Brahmana priest was questioned about this matter, he explained in detail what kinds of foods were offered to the deity of Gopinath. Right? Immediately he also explained. Sandhyaya bhogalagi kshira amrita keli nama. Dvadash amrit pare bhari amrita samana. The Brahmana priest said, in the evening the deity is offered sweet rice in 12 earthen pots. Because the taste is so good, as nectar amrita, it is called amrita keli. See? Full detail is being given. Why is he so happy? Gopinathera kshira bali prasiddha nama yara. Prithvite aiche bhoga kahan nahi yara. Now brand building is happening. This sweet rice is celebrated throughout the world as Gopinath Kshira. It is not offered anywhere else in the world. Wow, kya brand hai. Right? And this also shows the amount of Prabhu. Now this person speaking here is not ordinary person. He is also pure devotee. Because he is so happy to say that the kheer that they are making is the best. Is the best that is being offered to Krishna. Because he believes that Krishna is actually honoring it. When we make something in our house or in a temple, is that the best we have made in our life? Or like, okay, let me finish it. Let me just do it. If you see the history of devotees, the pure devotees take serious the very small things. Right? Bhakti is in detail. Everything. Little things. Mother Yashoda wanted the best milk for Krishna. And that is the reason that best milk was being boiled there, and she remembered that, kept Krishna also down. Because she wants to give the best. Right? That is how much focus. And that means, actually she knows Krishna is going to eat it. Krishna is going to love it. So when we are making something for Krishna, do we have that consciousness? Then only he'll eat, no? Prabhu, come on, we just make something, don't even ask, don't make Maggie for Krishna, please. That's the last thing you want to offer. Not allowed. Better, I'm telling it with brand also. Don't do that. That's not right. In fact, we just crossed the Annakuta. There we read so much about what should be offered. And most importantly, with the consciousness with which it is prepared. It is prepared that Krishna, you eat it. And Prabhujis and Matajis, one meal in our life we make for Krishna and that's our last life. Just one. Like sometimes Acharya say, one mantra. Our entire 16 rounds of 40-50 years of chanting is to chant that one pure mantra. And that one pure mantra is chanted, we are done. And our entire deity worship is about that one pure, nice, made bhoga. That one. Just try to make that one. Right? We can keep trying it. Where you have put entire consciousness into it. We actually do it for our own children. Right? It's not like we don't know how to do, but we're not doing it for Krishna. That's the only difference. Because you don't feel that he is eating. That is the problem. You don't actually believe that he is eating. We are just doing it because we are supposed to do it and we feel, okay, someday I will feel. But until then, Krishna will feel. Why are you feeding me when you don't believe that I'm going to eat it? Isn't it? There is this another Leela, what is it? Sakshi Gopinath Leela, where these two Brahmanas are discussing things in front of the deity. And the faith with which they are discussing is bewildering the deity also. Okay? We'll discuss that Leela some other day, but I want to point one thing in that a time comes when, how should I put only that part? Okay. One Brahmana says, you are not obliging to the promise you did in front of the deity. He did a promise, now he is not obliging. So he's telling you have promised this in front of a deity, you are supposed to oblige it. And Krishna is in Vrindavan. Right? Gopal deity is in Vrindavan. They are talking, section is there? Yeah, Prabhu, can you pick this up? Yeah, Prabhu, here it is there. Is unnada then culture? Is it gone here only or all over the world? Oh, ikkade bayinda antara bayinda. Acha, then it will come. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, you are giving another wire? Hare Krishna. No, this is not the wire. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Can you see it moving there? Yeah? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. No, that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Maybe we can. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Bro, it's not coming, bro. Bro, is on chesara? Charge leda. Chesara will charge. Devara. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's okay, bro. We'll go without it. ఇది ఎప్పుడు నేను చార్జర్ పెట్టుంచుతాను ప్రభు. Somebody is removing it. And why they remove it? Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, No, దీని ఛార్జ్ లేదు బ్రో. ఛార్జ్ లేదు. Somebody removed the charger. It's okay. Hare Krishna, we'll try to operate without it. Can you all hear me? Yes. Am I loud enough? Yes. Okay. So, maybe Krishna wants us to come closer. So, we can come a little closer. So, I don't have to. Yeah. Devotees in chairs can sit, please. You don't have to. Yeah, that's enough. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Okay, thank you for coming close. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, find the charger and keep it right away. నేను రోజు పెట్టిపోతా ప్రభు ఇక్కడ. ఎవరో తీసేస్తున్నారు చార్జర్. No, it's not here. Charger is not here. దాంట్లో ఉంటాయి ప్రభు. Hare Krishna. Yeah, now I'm 100% audible also. Anyway, Krishna Leela. So, Jagannath wanted all of you closer to him. So, you all have come here. So, here is, what was he saying? These two Brahmanas, right? Now, they are discussing, the younger Brahmana is telling, you promised this in front of Krishna. Right? You promised this in front of Krishna. And the older Brahmana is thinking, yes, I did promise in front of Krishna, but I can't execute that promise because now situation has changed. We'll discuss that Lila someday. Sakshi Gopal, we'll discuss that. It's told by Nityanand Prabhu. Actually, it's the next chapter only. Nityanand Prabhu. The point that I was trying to bring you there is, so this Brahmana, whole village, that this elder Brahmana has promised in front of the deity and is not executing it. Right? And then he says, I'm going to bring the deity here because he has witnessed. He was a witness when we did all this. Krishna would be like, okay, it's your dealings. And then the younger Brahman, there is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says, Krishna, you are the god of Brahmanas. Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya. Right? Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya, Go Brahmanayitaya. You are the god of Brahmanas. If the Brahmana's word which he gave in front of you will not be executed, he will get the sin, you will also get the sin. Just imagine. There is a limit to, now the Brahmana knows that Krishna cannot get any sin. He removes all sins. How can he get any sin? But he is telling to Krishna, if you don't come and give witness, you will become sinful. That's out of love. And immediately Prabhupada writes in the purport, don't misunderstand this. These are different level dealings. No way under the planet Krishna can get any sin. But these are the personal dealings between Krishna and the Brahmana, and Krishna actually feels that it's the obligation now to go and finish this matter. Right? Now this is called Prabhu, pure devotional service between devotee and Krishna. And Krishna exhibits this so many, even Anantalvar in Tirumala Hills. He can do anything with his devotee. Anantalvar is going to the garden to make his garland, and when Lord Venkateshwara Swami is telling Anantalvar, hey, wait, I need to talk to you. You are making garland for me, but thoda time do, yaar. You are busy. Aarti after aarti. You are doing aarti to me only, but I need to talk to you. Thoda time do. And Anantalvar says, wait, let me do my work. Can you imagine? See, we can't enact this. But this is a personal dealing between Anantalvar and Lord Venkateshwara Swami, Balaji. And Balaji gets angry. Hey, you are serving me. Do you remember that? That garland is for me only. You are going to garden to get the flowers, to make a garland to give to me only, right? I am telling you, you stay here, I need to talk to you. And Anantalvar says, this is not a territory where you can put your orders on me. Because you are a rented person here. Right? My guru told me to make garlands. I am following the order of my guru. I have full, responsibility to fulfill the order of my guru. And why are you coming in between and giving your orders? Please, I'll come and give you. I'll talk to you later, but let me go. Can you imagine? Supreme Personality of Godhead is feeling helpless in front of this Brahman and is not able to stop him also. And you just need to talk to you. See, this is not your place. You have taken it on rent. Right? But I have not taken it on rent. I have been sent here for the duty. So let me finish my duty. How do you understand these things? You can't understand. We can't understand. How Yashodama chastises Krishna, how all these Braj dealings happen between Gopas and Gopis and Krishna, and how between Mādhavendra Purī and Supreme Lord. We can't understand these things. But we are fortunate to hear these things because these interactions will increase our faith in Krishna. Why are we reading these Leelas, Prabhu? Because Krishna wants us to believe that he actually is there. Actually is there. This whole life, we are passing this whole devotional life to believe that he exists. And who is the most advanced Vaishnava? The one who believes that Krishna is there. When you believe that he is there, yes, we take that session, does God exist? We finish it also. But then we finish the session. But we actually don't believe. Because if we believe that Krishna is there, our life and our behavior will not be like this. Next week, Narsingha Chaturdashi is coming, right? On Sunday, we are celebrating here, Narsingha Chaturdashi. Please, everybody come by 5:30, my humble request. So that we can have a little long Abhishek of, Narsingh Dev. And we can have a nice Katha also, nice Kirtan also. Why? Because, why these festivals are coming? Because he wants us to believe that he is there. If you do Narsingha Chaturdashi in the same consciousness, just leave that whether it's there or not, what is the point? And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in purports, Prabhupada says in that Sakshi Gopal Leela, that he says the younger Brahmana who considers himself illiterate is actually the most advanced devotee. Because he believes that Krishna is there. His entire life is leading knowing that Krishna is there. Will we lead our life in a way we are leading if Krishna is there? Just think about it. How seriously we will take our spiritual life if we actually believe Krishna is there. Prabhu, the only difference between us and pure devotees is they constantly remember that Krishna is there. We don't believe that he is there. We know that maybe he is there. Or we kind of sometimes get that, that feeling that he is there. Suddenly some ecstatic feeling will come. Oh, Krishna, Malivain. The current vachi. Right? Sudden current will come. Ah, Krishna, then Malivain. But for pure devotees, it's always there. They never forget that Krishna is not. That's why their dealings are also like that. They don't change their dealings because they know that Krishna is always there. He's always there. Right? So here, let's come back. Is it there? Yeah. Okay. This sweet rice is celebrated throughout the world as Gopinath Kshira. Now, don't think this is ego. This is actually bhakti. That he wants to make sure that this kheer is the best kheer in the whole world. And with that consciousness is making it. And it is offered anywhere else. It is not offered anywhere else in the world. He na kale sei bhoga thakure lagila. सुनी पूरी गोसाणी की चू मने विचारीला. While Madhavendra Puri was talking with the Brahmana priest, the sweet rice was placed before the deity as an offering. Hearing this, Madhavendra Puri thought as follows. Right? So while he is talking about Acha kheer, really? And the kheer is going like that. Right? To the last offering of the day. Aya chita kshira prasada alpayadi pai. स्वाद जानी तैछे क्षीर गोपाले लगाई. If without my asking a little sweet rice is given to me, I can then taste it and make a similar preparation to offer my Lord Gopala. That's, do you see any fault in this thought? Right? He's not even saying, I'll ask, he will give. He said, if without me asking, if that kheer comes to me, then I will make similar thing for Gopal. Because I need to taste, na? I need to taste. Without tasting, how will I know how to prepare it? Yeah. Yei lachaya lajjapana Vishnu smarana kaila. Ei ichhaya lajjapana Vishnu smarana kaila. Hena kale bhogasari arti bhajila. Mādhavendra Puri became greatly ashamed when he desired to taste the sweet rice, and he immediately began to think of Lord Vishnu. While he was thus thinking of Lord Vishnu, the offering was completed and the arti ceremony began. Right? He became very ashamed. Why? Because he thought about the kheer before it is offered. We might think it's a small thing, but for devotees who can see and feel Krishna at all times, they are so watchful even of their thoughts. What to speak of, doing an offense. Even the thought of doing an offense is very heavy for them. आरती देखिए पूरी खैल नमस्कार. बाहिरे ऐलकारे कीछु ना खैल आर. After the arti was finished, Mādhavendra Puri offered his obeisances to the deity and then left the temple. He did not say anything more to anyone. Right? Why he left the temple? He committed an offense. He felt that he committed an offense. He doesn't deserve to be there. Krishna. Ayachita vritti puri virakta udasa. Ayachita paila khana nahe upavasa. Mādhavendra Puri avoided begging. He was completely unattached and indifferent to material things. If without his begging, someone offered him some food, he would eat. Otherwise, he would not. He would just fast. Right? This is another, we'd already discussed this. Right? So, he is that kind of sannyasi, which is called Ayachita Vritti or Ajagra Vritti, where if he is not given anything, he will not eat. Just imagine, he is coming to satsang, he is sitting there, and if you don't offer him, he will just go. Right? So, that is the next level of renunciation. I remember once, we were making prasad. We were making bhoga for God, and in I think in Denver temple or somewhere. Yeah. So, all the bhoga is being prepared, and some set of devotees, they have to travel. They have to travel to some other city. And they said, Prabhu, our flight is getting late. Can you do something? It's a situation, very puzzled, right? Some of them are senior devotees also. What do you do? It's not offered yet. It has to be given to them. What can you do? So then we went to the temple president. I told Prabhu, today the bhoga is getting a little late. We are on time only, but they wanted a little sooner. So the Prabhu told something which is inconceivable. He said, Prabhu, Krishna values his devotees and Krishna wants devotees to have prasad. And devotees will not have anything except prasad. And if we don't give them prasad now, they are going to go to the airport, they don't have anything to eat, and the flight is a long flight, till tomorrow afternoon they will not eat anything. So why don't you do this? You keep the bhoga right after it is prepared in packing boxes, cover it and give it to them, and you do the offering to DT, and after some time you can call them until offering is over. So they can open it there and eat. Right? Something inconceivable. Now, Prabhu, you can find 1,000 mistakes in this. Right? Oh, that is not mixed in this, right? Right? You offered it and mixed it. Right? One devotee was so particular, he said, Prabhu, paina jeste kinda mix aitadu mottam dippale. Upar dalle se, how will it get mixed? You have to remove to the bottom, like, I mean, see, these are different rasas of devotees, no? Different. You should not mistake anybody. See, that's the point, right? To become a leader in ISKCON means you'll definitely go back to God, because you have to deal with different kinds of people, right? And nobody you can insult. Nobody you can say that, Prabhu, you are not understanding properly. Krishna is watching everybody's emotion. Right? Maybe Krishna wants it to be mixed down. Who knows? So you have to do what you have to do. So you should understand that, in these situations, better fall at the foot of your seniors. Cheppandi Prabhuji em cheyalno. I don't want to do any speculation here. At the same time, now don't take it as a license that tomorrow morning in your house you are packing and Krishna is eating later. Right? This is not a license. But these are situations where devotees have made some decisions, right? Even Prabhupada, while going in a train with his devotees, the train got delayed. I think I told this, right? The train got delayed and Prabhupada said, Nilesh Prabhu is not there now. So Prasad will not come in the train. So what to do? Right? So Prabhupada said, get those samosas, they are making samosas. Those days, sattvikness was there. So get those samosas. And devotees said, Prabhupada, but they are not offered. You can offer it now. So they got the samosas, they kept Prabhupada's picture and they were offering. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Jiramne. One person opened his eye. Prabhupada is eating it nicely. Prabhupada, we didn't offer it. You are offering to me only. I am sitting here. What ritual are you trying to do? I only told eat. Right? So our offering, our dealing should not become a ritual also, where we forget the spirit of doing what we are doing. Right? Just like, you're mixing the prasad. Yeah, you mix the prasad, but prasad is transcendental, bro. You mixed it here, it's also mixed in the flight. You should understand, don't make a ruckus out of it. Oh my God, you did a Vaishnava Prad, you did this, you did that, But that is also important. We also need one devotee in the temple who thinks like that. And we also need a devotee in temple who makes things work. But if you start making things work, if we are given the liberty to make things work, my God, we'll use ChatGPT to know what to do with the bhoga. And God knows what it will tell one day. Let's not get there. Right? The point is, let us follow what our acharyas are telling and we have to follow it. Now here is a great Paramahamsa who is feeling ashamed that he thought of eating the bhoga for tasting to make it for him, but before it was offered. Before it was offered. We also read this purport, so I'm going ahead. Premamrita tripa shudha trishna nahi badhe Kshira ichha hailata hai mane aparadhe. A Parahamsa like Mādhavendra Purī is always satisfied in loving service of the Lord. Material hunger and thirst cannot impede his activities. When he desired to taste a little sweet rice offered to the deity, he considered that he had committed an offense by desiring to eat what was being offered to the deity. Right? So, just see the purity now. I told the example of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. He, at the age of 5 or 4, I don't remember the age, he picked up a mango and he wanted to eat, and his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur came and told, Bimal Prasad, you can't eat this. This is not offered to Krishna yet. And it was not like he shouted at him. He told, he's a 5-year-old boy, small boy, right? He just told, it is not offered to Krishna. And he made a decision that he will not eat mango for the rest of his life. Now you might feel, Prabhuji, chalega na. How many here want to make a resolution not eat mango for the rest of your life? Right now it's mango season outside. Huh? If not gross mango, you'll pakka eat subtle mango. By going there, looking at the mango like this, you know. But the point is, it's not easy to live with such things. At the age of 5, he made that resolution, and in the future, even after he became, a great sannyasi and he's there in that situation, some people came to offering mango. He said, no, I cannot eat mango, please. Even if it is offered to God, he said, no, I cannot. I've done an aparadha, so I will not eat. Then one devotee here, I don't want to name, she asked me, Prabhu, when we are offering now, his picture is there on the altar, right? So can we offer or no? That's another next level rasa. So I was wondering what to answer. Should we ever offer? Because there will never be altar without Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj. And can you offer mango at all? But that's okay, you can offer. Yes, you can offer. Don't worry. But the point is, the amount of connection Mādhavendra Purī felt with the prasad and how he saw sense gratification. Acharyas see it so much, Let's go. Gramera shunya hate vashi kare na kirtana. Etha pujari karaila thakure shayana. Mādhavendra Purī left the temple and sat down in the village marketplace, which was vacant. Sitting there, he began to chant. In the meantime, the temple priest laid the deity down to rest. Now, what was he doing after going there? Chanting. Again, Prabhupada explains that even though Mādhavendra Purī was a sannyasi, Paramahamsa, he would never leave an opportunity to chant the names of God. Prabhuji, again, chanting also, why we are not able to do is because we don't believe Krishna exists. Goes back to the same point. How much is Krishna part of our life? And how much actually we believe that he is there? Right? When he is there, you can't stop chanting. But Maya is so strong, conditioning is so strong, we keep forgetting. And that is the reason we need association. Lot of times people say, Prabhu, I come to satsang once in a while, that's okay, I have other responsibilities. You are risking your birth. You are risking your birth. Do you know? Do we all know how important it is? I was thinking, can I go today to satsang? Can I see devotees? Can I read this Leela? I was reading some other Leelas, sitting in the house, but saying, oh my God, Krishna, please don't be taking me away from devotees. If I go away from devotees, what is the hope? What is the hope? Right? So, I'm saying we should value that Prabhuji. There should never be a day when we don't speak to a devotee. There should never be a day when we don't chant God's names. There should never be a week when we all don't meet together. Not at any cost. Right now, one of my cousins, her daughter came from America and she said, you have to come. Because there is a big event, you never come to our house, you have to come today evening. With all due respect and love to her, this is more important for me. There cannot be anything more important than this. Because this might be my last night. What if I die there, wishing, oh, how is America? Everything good? Where will I take birth? Dallas, Boston, somewhere I'll take birth. That is what will mean. I'm telling you, very important. We have to value our satsang. There's nothing else important in our life. ఇంకేది లేదండి. మనము సత్సంగంలో ఉండాలి, కంటిన్యూస్గా ఉండాలి. Anybody is speaking. If you are if you are differentiating the satsang according to who is speaking, that means you are doing sense gratification in the satsang, nothing else. Because whichever way you hear that voice of Bhagavad, of Chaitanya Charitamrita, that is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Doesn't matter who is speaking. Prabhupada used to ask his disciples, you give Bhagavatam, I'll sit and listen. Can you imagine? His disciples were 2 years old in KC. Sometimes 6 months. And please give the class. And A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, pure devotee, warrior devotee of Krishna, is sitting there. And you are saying, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And you are reading the purport, and then you want to explain. Right? Who never heard of the name Krishna in their lives. They just heard 6 months ago. And now you are telling how Krishna is Supreme Lord. And Prabhupada is eagerly hearing it. And once when somebody asked Prabhupada, how come you are so attentive even when somebody else is giving class? Prabhupada said, that is Krishna speaking. Krishna spoke all those purports to me. Right? Just by reading those purports, I am hearing Krishna again. So look at the consciousness. Look at the consciousness. Very, very important. We should have that. Otherwise, this tendency of not hearing when we want to hear, is very dangerous. Because we might lose the bus. Prabhuji, going back to Krishna is the most important activity in the life. And if you don't give that much value to it, you will miss the bus. And nobody is to blame. At that time, if you see somebody else coming to pick up your body, you can't tell that, hey, Sunday, you can't argue there. You were given a chance. Right? Again you will take birth. You have to take, and be transparent and be original of what you are. Krishna consciousness works very nicely when you are inside and outside the same person. It works very nicely. When you try to put that duplicity, not having confidence in Krishna consciousness, then your spiritual life becomes so difficult. Everything. Right? So, my humble request, everybody read Bhagavad. How many are reading Bhagavad regularly in your houses? You all have Bhagavad. Huh? Prabhu, just read some pages. Make a minimal commitment that I have to read. See, making others read, doing a circle, that is one thing. But you also should read. And everybody, every day, should read some part of Bhagavad Gita, some part of Bhagavad, some part of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Don't miss it. It's very important, Prabhuji. And hear one lecture. Prabhupada's lecture at least once in a week. I'll say every day actually. But at least once in a week. And hear from anybody you like. I just not told, you should not think like that. But if that is what motivates you, hear. But when you are in touch like this, when you are in direct access like this, then our consciousness is all set to face death. Right? But death can come anytime. So Mādhavendra Purī left the temple and sat down in the village marketplace, which was vacant. Sitting there, he began to chant. Being a Paramahamsa, he is chanting. In the meantime, the temple priest laid the deity down to rest. Nija kritya kari pujari karila shayana. Swapane thakura ashi ba lila vachana. Finishing his daily duties, the priest went to take rest. In a dream, he saw Gopinath deity come to talk to him, and he spoke as follows. Now look at, now two pure devotees are being dealt with. Already Mādhavendra Purī came in the dream, and that is the reason he is coming from, Govardhan to Remuna and going to Jagannath Puri to get that Chandan. And now he is also coming in the dream of this Pujari. Uthata Pujari Kara Dwara Vimochana Kshira Eka Rakhi Yachi Sannyasi Karana. Oh, this is a favorite verse. Oh priest, please get up and open the door of the temple. I kept one pot of sweet rice for the sannyasi Mādhavendra Purī. Hare Krishna. Krishna. How sweet can it get? He knew the heart of his devotee. He came there, he was thinking to taste a little sweet so that he can go and prepare. And ashamed, he left the place. But Krishna is remembering his devotee. Krishna is making sure that his devotee came there and he wanted to taste it, and he has gone. He has left without tasting it, and immediately took one of the 12 pots and kept it behind him, and is informing the pujari, I kept one. Right? Dadhara anchale dhaka eka kshirahaya tomara na janila taha amara mayaya. This pot of sweet rice is just behind my cloth curtain. You did not see it because of my tricks. No, why he's saying that? Because see, Brahmana can think in his dream that, hey, something is telling, I actually removed all the 12 pots. No, one you did not remove. Why my tricks I kept it behind? You only removed 11. He's making sure that next task happens. Madhava Puri Sannyasi Ache Hatete Vashina Tahaka Ta Ek Shira Shigra Deha Lana. Shigra means what? Immediately. Tondargo. A sannyasi named Mādhavendra Purī is sitting in a vacant marketplace. He knows where he is sitting also. Right? Gopinath knows. Please take this pot of sweet rice from behind me and deliver it to him. This is my order. Right? You go. Hare Krishna. Swapna dekhi pujari uthi karila vichara. Snana kari kapata khuli mukta khaila dwara. Some Brahmanical things will come here. What is that? Awaking from the dream, the priest immediately rose from the bed and thought it is wise to take a bath before entering the deity room. Brahmana is a Brahmana. Purity is the force. Right? You can't say that. But I'm saying this because Gaudiya Vaishnavism goes beyond this. Forget about anything. I'll eat it. I'll go and do it. Even me accepting some sin to serve a devotee is good enough. But I have to serve a devotee. This you'll understand when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives prasad to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He has not finished his morning course, Gayatri or whatever. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives Jagannath prasad to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is such a ritualistic, perfect Brahman, but he understands that Mahaprabhu giving it, he just takes it and eats it. And Prabhu, after that verse, there is no discussion on it. Because Acharyas know how to find the most hidden detail in between that small act. Now, I gave prasad, Prabhuji ate it. What is there to discuss in this? But there is a lot to discuss that he ate it even when he has not performed certain activities. Right? So Gaudiya Vaishnavism goes, but that doesn't mean that we become like that. I'm just trying to tell the difference, Here, this Brahmana is trying to make sure he takes bath and he goes. So, this is also right. Nothing wrong in it. He then opened the temple door. So, he took bath and he opened the temple door. Dhara anchala tale paila sei kshira. Sthanale pikshira lana haila bahira. According to the deity's directions, the priest found the pot of sweet rice behind the cloth curtain. Hari bol, Durkin. He removed the pot, mopped up and placed it where it had been kept. Then he went out of the temple. He removed the pot, mopped the place where it had been kept. Then he went out of the temple. Right? Again, he is making sure that place is clean. See the Brahmanical, don't think, this is some beauty of Brahmanical class. They want to make sure everything is clean and neat. If you observe, pure Vaishnavas, they're Brahmins, they're not ordinary people. So even though they are doing it for God, they are making sure everything is clean. So he removed the pot, right? And he cleaned the place also. Dwara diya grame gela sei kshiralana. हाथे हाथे भूले माधव पुरी के चाहिना. Closing the door of the temple, he went to the village with a pot of sweet rice. He called out in every stall in search of Mādhavendra Purī. So he knows how Mādhavendra Purī looks like, because he saw him coming. But it's mid of the night. Don't think there are street lights. And don't think, you can just go and find somebody. It's mid of the night. And he's taking the pot and he's mid of the night, he's running around. Mādhavendra Purī, is there anybody? This pot is sent by Gopinath. Hare Krishna. Kshiralana ei yara nama Madhava Puri. Toma lagi Gopinath kshira khaila churi. Holding the pot of sweet rice, the priest called, please everybody, will he, whose name is Mādhavendra Purī, please come and take this pot. Gopinath has stolen this pot of sweet rice for you. Hare Krishna. जोर से चिल्ला रहा है. Whoever is at Mādhavendra Purī, jaldi aake le le. This pot I brought, Gopinath stole it for you. And Prabhupada in a different place, and in a lecture I heard, I don't remember whose lecture I was hearing in this regard. He was hugging that pot. He was keeping the pot near his face. He was touching his body with that pot while he was shouting. Why? Because Gopinath touched that pot. Gopinath took that pot with his own hands and he kept it behind him. That means it is, of course, he was touching the pot every day. Without touching, he can't eat, na? But this was special. Specially he touched. Let's read this. The difference between the absolute truth and relative truth is explained here. Lord Gopinatha has openly declared herein that he is a thief. He had stolen the pot of sweet rice, and this was not kept a secret because his act of stealing is a source of great transcendental bliss. In the material world, theft is criminal, but in the spiritual world, the Lord stealing is a source of transcendental bliss. Mundane rascals who cannot understand the absolute nature of the personality of Godhead sometimes call Lord Shri Krishna immoral. But they do not know that his seemingly moral activities, which are not kept secret, afford pleasure to the devotees. Not understanding the transcendental behavior of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, these rascals slur his character and immediately fall into the category of miscreants. Rascals, lowest among men, demons, and those whose knowledge is taken away by the illusionary energy. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita 7.15, Namam duskutno mudha prapadyante naradhama maya prahata jnana asurim bhava ashrita. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion and artificial intelligence, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. I added something. Because these days people are too much puffed up thinking, मैं बहुत जानता हूँ, कुछ नहीं जानता तू. Mundane rascals cannot understand that whatever Krishna does, being absolute in nature, all is all good. This quality of the Lord is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-29. One may consider certain acts of the supremely powerful person to be immoral by mundane calculations, but this is not actually the case. For example, the sun absorbs the water from the surface of the earth, but it does not absorb the water only from the sea. It also absorbs water from filthy sewers and ditches containing urine and other impure substances. The sun is not polluted by absorbing such water. Rather, the sun makes the filthy place pure. If a devotee approaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead for an immoral or improper purpose, he nonetheless becomes purified. The Lord does not become infected. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10:29-15, it is stated that if one approaches the Supreme Lord even out of lust, anger or fear, kama, krodha, bhayam, he is purified. The gopis being young girls approached Krishna because he was a beautiful young boy. From the external point of view, they approached Lord out of lust, and the Lord danced with them at the midnight. From the mundane point of view, these activities may appear immoral because a married or unmarried young girl cannot leave home to mix with a young boy and dance with him. Although this is immoral from the mundane viewpoint, the activities of the gopis are acceptable as the highest form of worship because it was Lord Krishna whom they approached with lusty desires in the dead of the night. But these things cannot be understood by non-devotees. One must understand Krishna in tattva, truth. One should use his common sense and consider that if simply by chanting Krishna's holy names one is purified, how then can a person, Krishna, be immoral? Unfortunately, mundane fools are accepted as educational leaders and are offered exalted posts for teaching irreligious principles to the general populace. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.31. Andha yathandhair upani yamana. Blind men are trying to lead another blind man. Due to the immature understanding of these rascals, common men should not discuss Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. A non-devotee should not even discuss his stealing sweet rice for his devotees. It is warned that one should not even think about these things. Although Krishna is the purest of the pure, mundane people thinking of Krishna's pastimes that appear immoral themselves become polluted. Very important point. When they think of Krishna's pastimes like that, they become polluted. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore never publicly discussed Krishna's dealing with the gopis. He used to discuss these dealings only with 3 confidential friends. He never discussed Ras Leela publicly, as the professional reciters do, although they do not understand Krishna or the nature of the audience. However, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu encouraged the public chanting of the holy names on a huge scale for as many hours as possible. See, many people, they comment that Krishna is a lusty person, Krishna, stole clothes, Krishna did this, Krishna did that. But those people also go to the temple and they chant Govinda, Govinda. They are entering the temple, hearing the holy names. They also do Satyanam Vratam in the house. They also do Guru Pravesham in the house. They want Brahmana to come and chant all the names. But when the topic of Krishna comes, he is a lusty person. Can you see the contradiction there? Right? They can't see a simple thing that by chanting his names, if my home can become purified, how can he do something impure? That's what Prabhupada is pointing out. How can you say that, somebody, by chanting his name, your existence has become purified, but you are thinking that he is doing something impure? It is not possible for Krishna to do anything impure. Everything he does is pure. You are impure, so you can't understand it. And how can we understand? When we hear it from great acharyas. And when we serve the great acharyas, out of their mercy, they explain it to you. It's not like you go and sit in front of, some, great guru and, Prabhuji, can you tell me this pastime? Maharaj, can you tell? They will not tell. Because you're not ready. Right? We have to be ready with our humility. Let's go further. Kshiralana sukhe tumi karaha bhakshane Toma sama bhagavan nahi tribhuvane. Bhagyavan. Toma sama bhagyavan nahi tribhuvane. The priest continued, would the sannyasi whose name is Mādhavendra Purī please come and take this pot of sweet rice and enjoy the prasadam with great happiness. You are the most fortunate person within these 3 worlds. Hare Krishna. Here the example of the personal benediction of Krishna's immortal activity. By Gopinath stealing for his devotee, the devotee becomes the most fortunate person within the 3 worlds. Thus, even the Lord's criminal activities make his devotee the most fortunate person. Look at Prabhupada's words. Lord's criminal activities. Stealing kheer that is given to him, keeping it aside, is it a criminal activity? You gave 12 pots of kheer to Gopinath. For what? For eating only, na? He kept one pot aside for himself. Is it criminal activity? No. But this kind of personal, reciprocation is only between pure devotee and Krishna. Right? And remember, who is writing this purport? Krishna! Prabhupada told, my purports are not written by me. Krishna is dictating and I am writing. So Krishna is enjoying himself by writing that I have done criminal activity. How can a mundane rascal understand the pastimes of Krishna and judge whether he is moral or immoral? Since Krishna is absolute truth, there is no mundane distinction such as moral or immoral. Whatever he does is good. This is the meaning of God is good. This is the meaning of God is good. He is good in all circumstances because he is transcendental, outside the jurisdiction of this material world. Therefore, Krishna can be understood only by those who are already living in the spiritual world. This is corroborated in Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Mamchayo vicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. One who is engaged in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord is already situated in the spiritual world, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. In all circumstances, his activities and dealings with Krishna are transcendental and thus not understandable by mundane moralists. It is therefore better not to discuss such activities among mundane people. It is better to give them Hare Krishna Mahamantra so that they will be gradually purified and then come to understand the transcendental activities of Krishna. So the greatest preaching, Prabhuji, for all of us is to encourage people to chant. That is the primary. There are some preachers, they tell all katha, all jokes, all time pass things, but they will not ask them to chant. What is the point? Yeah. Because what those preachers are doing? They are doing performance. He should have been in Bollywood or Tollywood, now he is sitting on Vyasasan. That fellow is performing in front of the screen, you are performing in front of audience here. Because what do you want the audience to remember? You want the audience to remember you, not Krishna. Prabhuji, kya lecture bola. Here I was hearing to Mādhavendra Prabhu. He made a beautiful point on this aspect. He said, when you try to speak to the audience to impress them, they will like what you are speaking, but they will not follow what you are speaking. Because you also don't follow what you are speaking. As simple as that. Right? When you are trying to preach, when you prepare for a lecture, when you are trying to put all those PPT, the slides, everything, and your main focus is they should be impressed by me. I mean, it's important that they like the way you present, but your focus is they should be impressed by me. Or I'm trying to even tell shlokas so that they are impressed by me. Prabhu, even that is not going to work. That will not give Krishna to them. It is so subtle. Actually, I was discussing this with Balu and Prabhu was saying that many Brahmanas, with all due respect to Brahmanas, not commenting on Brahmanas as such, but there are a sect of Brahmanas who are very proud that they can chant lot of mantras. Oh, he can chant this sutram, he can chant that sutram, he's good at that, he's good at that. They actually take a lot of pride in telling, I know this also, I know this, I know all, I don't know the names of those sutras, but sometimes they go for 1 hour, non-stop 1 hour. That is how big the whole thing is, right? What is that? Recently I got it done in my house after my father left. Purusha Shuktam and no. Ugata Shanti. I got this one Vrata done in my house after my father left, that you have to, Ugata Shanti, there is one. Udaka Shanti or Udaka Shanti. Prabhu, the Brahmanas came and they chanted for 50 minutes non-stop. Huh? 3 Brahmanas. They sat down in front of me. My God, they were chanting continuously. They must have finished a 100-page book. Nothing less. Right? 50 minutes. They chanted the whole, like Vedas. They chant the Vedas, part of cleansing the house, from any inauspiciousness. If somebody leaves the body at a little controversial time when it is not the right thing. So you have to get that Shanti, or you have to leave the house. You have two choices. You have to stay outside the house for at least 6 months or at least 1 year. Or you get this Udaka Shanti done and you can stay in the house. So you have these two choices. In earlier days, it was easy to leave the house because all brothers used to stay in the same street. Now it is not possible because your brother is in America, you are here in India, and your sister is in, I don't know, Bhutan, wherever. So where is the question of leaving the house and going? Right? So most of the people, they get this Udaka Shanti done. So I saw they were chanting, and then the whole chanting, they were looking at each other like this. Yes, it's going nice. Maybe they're pure, I'm not commenting on that. But there are some people who find a lot of pride in just doing that. But there is no Krishna in that. That's why Krishna says, you cannot find me in Vedas. You cannot find me in holy dhams also. You can only find me at a place where my devotees are discussing my leelas. Right? So that's the whole point. Hare Krishna. So it is therefore better not to discuss. Yeah, okay. Let's keep going. Eta suni puri goshani parichaya dila. Kshiradiya pujari tanre dandavat haila. Hearing this invitation, Mādhavendra Puri came out and identified himself. My God. The priest then delivered the pot of sweet rice and offered his obeisances, falling flat before him. See the appreciation of one Vaishnava for another Vaishnava. He is serving the deity day in and day out, and he knows that Gopinath is honoring his bhoga every day. So how much proud he should be? But he had zero pride. That is the reason the moment Gopinath told, go and give this kheer to him, he went and paid obeisances in front of that devotee. He understood, this is a pure devotee, my Gopinath kept it aside. Huh? A Brahmana is not supposed to offer his obeisances by falling flat before anyone, because a Brahmana is considered to be the highest caste. However, when a Brahmana sees a devotee, he offers his dandavats. This Brahmana priest did not ask Mādhavendra Puri whether he was a Brahmana, but he saw that Mādhavendra Puri was such a bona fide devotee that Krishna would even steal for him. He immediately understood the position of a saint. As stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kiba Vipra Kribanyasi Shudra Kenenaya Yai Krishna Tattvavetta Say Guru Haya. Madhya Lila 8.128 Chaitanya Charitamrita. Had the Brahmana priest had been an ordinary Brahmana, Gopinath would not have talked with him in a dream. Point is very simple. Since the deity spoke to both Mādhavendra Puri and the Brahmana priest in dreams, practically speaking, they were on the same platform. However, because Mādhavendra Puri was a senior sannyasi Vaishnava, a Paramahamsa, the priest immediately fell flat before him and offered obeisances. Prabhu, there are so many things we can learn here. Right? How we have to honor Vaishnavas. Every single Vaishnava. And who is a Vaishnava according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Even one time he told Hare Krishna is a Vaishnava. Next level, he is always chanting Hare Krishna. Next level, he is chanting in such a way others are inspired to chant. Right? So all three levels. So how careful we should be in our dealings with Vaishnavas. Kshirera vrittanta tanre kahila pujari Suni prema vishta haila Shri Madhava Puri. When the story about the pot of sweet rice was explained to him in detail, Sri Mādhavendra Puri at once became absorbed in ecstatic love of Krishna. Just imagine Mādhavendra Puri. We can't even think of the situation. He is sitting in this marketplace, feeling guilty that he thought about Kshira, and somebody is coming in front of him with that Kshira and telling, Krishna stole it for you, you eat now. And he's a pure devotee. He's not, if we are feeling so much, how much will he feel? He was completely in love with Krishna when he heard this. He did it. Prema dekhi sevaka kaya ha iya vishmita. Krishnaye inharavasa haya yathochita. Upon seeing the ecstatic loving symptoms manifest in Mādhavendra Purī, the priest was struck with wonder. He could understand why Krishna had become so much obliged to him, and he saw that Krishna's actions was befitting. He was saying, no wonder Krishna stole kheer for him. Because the way he holded the pot, and the way he was happy, the way all the symptoms of pure devotion were coming out of him, he understood he is no wonder qualified to get this. Right? We'll go forward. If there is anything important I remember, I'll tell you this purpose. The time is going, I don't want to stop this Leela today also. Etabali namaskari karila gamana. Aveshe karila puri se kshira bhakshana. The priest offered his obeisances to Mādhavendra Purī and returned to the temple. Then in ecstasy, Mādhavendra Purī ate the sweet rice offered to him by Krishna. He just sat down there and he ate the entire sweet rice in that, dana by dana. Then you see what he did. This is extremely ecstatic. Patra prakshalana kari khanda kaila bahir vase bandi se thikari rakhila. After this, Mādhavendra Purī washed the pot and broke it into pieces. He then bound all the pieces in his outer cloth and kept them nicely. He broke the entire pot, made them into small pieces. He took his khandwa and tied all of them like a potli, along with him. Why? Every day he ate one piece. Because it is touched by Gopinath. That pot is touched by Gopinath. Everything is prashad. Every day he would remove one small piece and he would eat it. Pratidina eka khani karena bhakshana. Khaile prema vasahaya adbhuta kathana. Each day Mādhavendra Purī would eat one piece of that earthen pot, and after eating it, he would immediately be overwhelmed with ecstasy. These are wonderful stories. Hare Krishna. Sripad Mādhavendra Purī ki Prabhu. Now let me tell something. We are all trying to enter this sampradaya. Or some of us have already entered this sampradaya. Can you understand what kind of acharyas we are representing? Just think about it. Huh? Taking initiation in ISKCON means we are actually entering the sampradaya of Mādhavendra Purī. Huh? How big responsibility it is. When we say, I want to get initiated, are we ready? Are we thinking we are qualified? And if we are initiated, do we think we deserve to be initiated? Huh? Look at the surrender of our acharyas. Complete absorption. How many of you will eat this much, like burnt sand, right? Pot. Every day, and what he is feeling? Overwhelmed with ecstasy after eating that. No, this cannot be enacted. This cannot be enacted. This is only out of love it happens. In Telugu there is a saying that every mother would have eaten at least 1 grain size of her child's stool without any doubt. Because when a mother is taking care of the child, he is always going stool and urine. Somewhere it is stuck in the hand at one day, and along with eating, she would have eaten. Of this, there is no doubt. And a mother is not ashamed of it. Telugulo idi untadi, samit untadi, marthu gurturatu nandu. That this much stool every mother has eaten of her child. Because some or the other way, out of love, they don't actually care also. Because that is love of a mother for the child. You know, achi, you never get that feeling. Because you love the child so much. And what to speak of the love for Krishna, that Mādhavendra Purī, Sripad Mādhavendra Purī is ready to not forget even the pot in which the prasad is given. You know, he is making small pieces and he is eating it daily. So he can eat for many days. You know, that goal, it's not like, if he eats everything on a day, he'll die. No, that's not the point. That is my thinking. His thinking is, I want to eat it as many days as I can. I want to experience Gopinath every day. That is the thought process. Thakura more kshira dila lokasabha shuni. Dine loka vidha haba mora paristhita jani. Prasthita. Dina loke vidha habe mora prasthita jani. Having broken the pot and bound the pieces in his cloth, Mādhavendra Purī began to think, the Lord has given me a pot of sweet rice. When the people hear of this tomorrow morning, there will be great crowds. Right? See his first thought that is coming. That he doesn't want people to know that this has happened between me and God. And anyway, people will get to know. Because the priest is given the pot, he will go and tell everybody. See what he does next. Sei bhaye ratri seshe chaila Shri Purī. Sei khane Gopinathe dandavata kari. Thinking this, Sri Mādhavendra Purī offered his obeisances to Gopinath on the spot and left Remuna before morning. Right? He immediately left. I don't want, tomorrow one temple will be constructed in my name. Or to declare that I am a, founder Acharya of Kshira pot. Nothing. He doesn't want any credit. He just left the place. Just like Srila Prabhupada. He established ISKCON and there is no name of his in the ISKCON. People know ISKCON but people don't know Srila Prabhupada. There are so many people. Until they come to satsang, they get to know, who is the person who has actually established it. And while he's leaving ISKCON also, Prabhupada didn't leave anything, in his name. Everything was registered in the name of ISKCON. And the same thing he instructed to his disciples also. And if you hear the will of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, I don't know how many of you have heard that. The whole will was read. Every place Maharaj is telling, this was mine, this is in the name of ISKCON. All my disciples, don't keep anything in your name. If you are giving something, give it in the name of ISKCON. Nothing should be in my name. In my name, there is a small land near Krishna Balaram Mandir. That also goes to ISKCON. Just see the consciousness. Nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Krishna. That is the consciousness. Hare Krishna. On the spot, and he left Remuna before morning. Chali chali aila Purī Shri Nila chala. Jagannatha dekhi haila premete vikvala. Walking and walking, Mādhavendra Purī finally reached Jagannath Puri, which is also known as Nilachala. There he saw Lord Jagannatha and was overwhelmed with loving ecstasy. Now he is going from one place to the next place. Right? Started from Gopala in Govardhan, and then Gopinathji in Remuna, and now he is at Nilachala Jagannatha. Hare Krishna. Prema veshe uthe pade hase nase gaye. Jagannatha darshane maha sukha paya. When Mādhavendra Purī was overwhelmed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead, he sometimes stood up and sometimes fell to the ground. Sometimes he laughed, danced and sang. In this way he enjoyed transcendental bliss by seeing the Jagannath deity. We can't see it right now, but he is inside. Right now, Jagannath. Right? And if you hear Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, same way. He looked at Jagannath and he fainted. And next time, Sarvabha Bhattacharya said, okay, Gopinathacharya, you can take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the temple. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't worry, I will not go too close to Jagannath, I will stand near Gadostambha only. Because he will faint again. And after that, Nityananda Prabhu went, along with other devotees. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was fainted in the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Nityananda Prabhu and all his assistants, they all came, they looked at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were like, oh my God, what happened to him? And they waited and waited, he still fainted, he's still in ecstasy. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya got it out. He took a little cotton snub and he kept it near the nose. Is he alive or he gone? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he saw the cotton moved. Oh, he's in ecstasy. So then he told Nityananda Prabhu, don't have to wait, you all go and take darshan. I think it'll take time to come out of ecstasy. Then Nityananda Prabhu went along with everybody in front of Jagannath. And Nityananda Prabhu also started fainting. Immediately they took Nityananda Prabhu away. Wait. Looks like everybody is going to faint in front of Jagannath. Right? My God, these are the ecstasies in front of Jagannath. Right? When we are in pure devotion, we will know these dealings. Why would one feel like that? Madhava Purī Shripada Aila Loke Haila Khyati Sabalok Ashi Tanre Kare Bahu Bhakti. When Mādhavendra Purī came to Jagannath Puri, people were aware of his transcendental reputation. Therefore, crowds of people came and offered him all sorts of respect and devotion. Already the news came. Without even any spread, the news came from Remuna all the way till here that Mādhavendra Puri is in Jagannath Puri. So that for whom Krishna himself brought all sorts of respect started coming. Pratisthara swabhavai jagate vidita yena vanchitarahaya vidhata nirmita. Even though one may not like it, reputation as ordained by providence comes to him. Indeed, one's transcendental reputation is known throughout the entire world. So this is the effect of devotion. That even though you don't want to become popular, you become the most popular. Right? Hare Krishna. Pratisthara bhaye puri gela palana Krishna preme pratishtha chale sange gadana. Gadhana, sorry. Being afraid of his reputation, Pratishtha, Mādhavendra Puri fled from Remuna, but the reputation brought by the love of Godhead is so sublime that it goes along with the devotee as it is following him. Right? It just goes along with the devotee wherever he goes. We'll skip the purport. Yadyapi udvega haila palaite mana Thakurera Chandana Sadhana Haila Bandhana. Mādhavendra Puri wanted to leave Jagannath Puri because the people were honoring him as a great devotee. However, this threatened to hinder his collecting sandalwood for the Gopala deity. Now, see the amazing thought process going on. On one side, he's thinking, my popularity is problem for me, so I have to leave this place also. And the other side is thinking, my service is to stay here and take the chandan. What is more important? Me tolerating the praises or me doing the service? Me doing the service. Actually, I'll read the purport. There is one important purport here. I'm forgetting. Let us read. Almost all the conditioned souls within the material world are envious. Jealous people generally turn against one who ultimately attains some reputation. This is natural for jealous people. This is the purport actually. Consequently, when a devotee is fit to receive worldly reputation, everybody please be attentive, especially devotees who are planning to preach or who are preaching or who are in some service which gives public visibility, you have to hear this purport. Consequently, when a devotee is fit to receive worldly reputation, he is envied by many people. This is quite natural. When a person out of humility does not desire fame, people generally think him quite humble and consequently give him all kinds of fame. The more humble you become, the more famous you become. Actually, a Vaishnava does not hanker after fame or a great reputation. Madhavendra Puri, the king of Vaishnavas, bore his reputation, but he wanted to keep himself outside of the vision of great populace. He wanted to cover his real identity as a great devotee of the Lord. But when people saw him overwhelmed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead, then naturally gave credit to him. Actually, a first-class reputation is due to Mādhavendra Puri because he was a most confidential devotee of the Lord. Sometimes a Sahajiya presents himself as being void of desires for reputation, pratishtha, in order to become famous as a humble man. Such people cannot actually attain the platform of celebrated Vaishnavas. Very heavy. Actually, a first-class reputation is due to Mādhavendra Puri because he was the most confidential devotee of the Lord. Sometimes a Sahajiya presents himself as being void of desires for reputation, pratishtha, in order to become famous as a humble man. Such people cannot attain the platform of celebrated Vaishnavas. So even if you're trying to show yourself as one big Tyagi and one big Yogi, doesn't work. Because who knows everything that is happening inside our heart? Krishna. Actually, if we become close to Krishna, he will take care of everything. That we should remember. We ourselves cannot deal with pride. Pride will come. We just have to go and ask Krishna, Krishna, please save me from my greatest enemy, which is me only. Right? Every morning I say, please save me from my greatest enemy, which is me only. Which I can mess up my thought process and completely ruin my spiritual life because of pride that I get. Hare Krishna. Yadyapi udvega haila palaite mana Thakurera chandana sadhana haila bandhana. Oh, panjayatledha. Charger dorkledha. Hare Krishna. Okay. Anyway, you're all here. So, I'll do a thing. Anyway, it's almost 8:30. Most important aspect of the Leela is already discussed. Right? So, I will tell the ending. So, we can end it off. And I request all of you to go and read it in detail. Madhya Leela, 4th chapter, you will actually enjoy reading it. So, at this point, what happens is Mādhavendra Puri is waiting for the Chandana, and the king of the place gets to know that Mādhavendra Puri has come, and this special Chandana has to be given. So, he takes so many ounces of Chandan that he cannot carry by himself. So, the temple priest there, he gives Mādhavendra Puri 2 assistants, one to go with him and one to carry the Chandan. And on the way, again Mādhavendra Puri goes to Remuna. Right? Again he goes there and he keeps the Chandan there. And again, 3rd time, Gopalji comes in his dream. He is in Gopinath's place, but Gopalji is coming in that place. And he says that actually you bringing Chandan here is not needed because there is no difference between me and Gopinath. I am feeling the heat there, but you can give the same Chandan to Gopinath here. And that's equal to giving. And the confidential aspect that is mentioned by Acharyas here is because these Mughal rulers are so strict, they even kill people when they are taking things from one place to another place. And it's a very risky affair to carry anything valuable in those days. And Krishna tried to save Mādhavendra Puri from all that inconveniences by accepting Chandan in the form of Gopinath. Right? Now this is the detail. Who reveals this? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals it at the end of the chapter. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Swayam tells Nityananda Prabhu, see the greatness of my devotee Mādhavendra Puri. Krishna is thinking about his welfare. Hare Krishna. Krishna is thinking about his welfare. Right? That Krishna is worried that if my devotee carries Chandan from here to there, taking all the effort, he might get affected in the way. Somebody might create some trouble for him. Why should I create trouble for my devotee? Already I went and asked him to bring all the way. I will accept Chandan in Gopinath itself. And when he goes and gives, the Chandan he goes and tells his dream to the devotees in Gopinath temple, all the Brahmanas in Gopinath temple become very happy. So we can apply this Chandan to our Gopinath also? He said, of course, apply it soon, because application here will make Gopal happy. And they all become ecstatic and they start applying the chandan. Complete ounces and ounces of chandan is applied to Gopinath deity. And Gopalji there is very happy. And then after that, Mādhavendra Purī goes back to, again he goes back to where? Not Vrindavan, he goes back to Purī to get more chandan. Because his service is never ended. See, that's the spirit of a devotee, right? Krishna made it easy, but devotee still wants to serve. He still wants to take the chandan, to Gopalji at some other time, some other way. So he goes back to, Jagannath Puri and he worships Jagannath, Mādhavendra Puri. And the worship of three deities are happy, in three forms. Gopalji, Gopinathji, Jagannathji. All three of them are taking service from Mādhavendra Puri. Sripad Mādhavendra Puri Maharaj ki. Yeah. And we are very fortunate, Prabhuji Mataji, that such great Acharya Oh, really? Hare Krishna, I am so sorry to tell that there is one Anuradha Mataji in Aparna Zenith. She just left her body. If you know her, she was fighting cancer for many years. And I spoke to her many times also. It's very unfortunate. Let us all chant for her 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, she was very sincere, I know, and she was looking for taking Diksha also, and she was very particular about making progress in Krishna consciousness. Cancer was again and again coming back to her. It's going and coming, not getting cured. I was thinking maybe it's going to go on for some time, but it's just a surprise. I just shocked. But Prabhu, see, this is the reality of life. Okay? But she was definitely Krishna conscious all this while she holded herself. Let us pray for her family. That it's a great loss to the devotee community in Aparna Zenith. Mataji is very fixed to her satsangs. Mahesh Prabhu used to tell every satsang she'll come. And she also came to the center many times. These days she is not coming because maybe her health is not good. I never inquired. Looks like it was not, right? So let us pray for her family, her children, her husband, and everybody. While this is a very difficult phase, Krishna will reclaim his devotees back. Like a departure of Vaishnava is also a joyful moment because the devotee has gone back to Krishna. It's also a painful moment because we will miss their association. Hare Krishna. Anuradha Mataji ki jai. Any questions, Prabhujis, Matajis? Yeah. It's not, in fact, if you read the whole chapter, that also will come. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declares it will be called like Shirchor Gopinath, like that. Yeah. There are so many pastimes. Chaitanya Charitamrita is filled with such pastimes. And when we read these pastimes, Prabhuji and Matajis, we become very close to Krishna. Right? And the goal of life is to become close to Krishna. And we cannot become close to Krishna without reading his pastimes, without serving his devotees, without practicing the main 6 activities in devotional life, right? Chanting, visiting dhams, worshipping the deity, reading his katha, hearing his katha. Whole Upadeshamrita explains the main activity that I have to perform in order to make progress in devotion. Otherwise it will not work. If some people think, okay, once in a while I'll go, once in a while I'll hear, I'll chant on that counter, I'll chant whenever I want, and there is no regulation in any activity we do, it will not work. We have to be very serious. And as you can see, the seriousness. The Mataji was serious and she left her body and all of us are chanting here. I'll ask Mahesh Prabhu if there is any kirtan. we can do for her. Let's find out. If my health permits, I'm right now sitting here. Don't come near me when I'm getting up. I don't know whether I get up or not. That is the situation. My back is not good. But body is like that. You have to just use it in service of Krishna. And that's the highest goal. Right? Any other questions? Yes, bro.
How Mādhavendra Purī was doing this practice,
Hmm.
Krishna consciousness, and mostly he was doing alone
Hmm.
this way. But when a chance was given to him to worship Gopalji, he made sure taking care of all the devotees. It means generally if we try to do our own bhakti, we might be hard-hearted. But how Mādhavendra Purī was so soft-hearted that he could take care of all the devotees.
What was the last thing you said? When he?
Generally, if we try to do our own bhakti and be self-immersed, we generally don't want to bother about others and just try to be aloof. But when a chance was given to Mādhavendra Purī to worship Gopalji, and the deities came out and everyone was worshipping, he was taking care of everyone,
Yeah.
of all ages, and
Yeah.
he was so particular.
Yeah.
So, how is it that he was able to do that? It's a very extraordinary thing, in spite of his
Yeah, because
being aloof and like.
see, even Srila Prabhupada was alone in Damodar temple, Radha Damodar temple. But he was alone preparing to give Krishna to the whole world. And when the right opportunity came, he gave it to the whole world. Acharyas are never alone. They're always having Krishna in their heart and they have the order of their guru. They're never, at least Gaudiya Vaishnavism is not, about Bhajananandis. We are Goshtanandis. We are not about sitting in a bhajan kutir and do our bhajan and feel satisfied. Well, that is also important. But to give Krishna to others is more important. So Mādhavendra Purī was most soft-hearted, even though he was doing it alone, including Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, right? So many years he chanted so many names every day, right? Hare Krishna. So I think I'll have to stop it here, right? But my humble request, if you all can chant one round for Mataji. Yeah? Yeah. If you all can chant one round for Anuradha Mataji, wherever we are sitting. Who has the counter beats? Who has it? Okay. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Desh Tarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So this is a picture of Anuradha Mataji. So I also would request everybody here, since we are assembling after a long time and some events happened between, to chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for all those families who lost their loved ones in the terrorist attack, right? Because that was not a graceful way to leave the body, the most horrible act that was ever done in the name of religion. So heartfully let us chant that those souls will get a birth which will take them closer to Krishna in next life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. And let us also chant another 3 Hare Krishna mantras for all the families who have given their sons, their daughters, their brothers or their husbands to the Indian army, who all are going to fight a battle which is going to start anytime, right? And they all are going to put down their lives for all of us, to give justice to not only those families, but many, many other families who lost their lives because of that horrific, thought process that one religion has brought into its people, which is causing so much havoc all over the world. And these army people, Kshatriyas, they are Kshatriyas, they are going to fight the battle. And it's our responsibility, because they are fighting for us, to pray for all their families, that it gives them enough protection, Lord Narsinghdev's protection, and the miscreants are given enough punishment. So such a thing doesn't happen again. But in Kali Yuga, what to do? These things will happen. But we will pray for those families of all the Indian army. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Sing Narsimha.
Namaste